Woo. I was getting hot. I had to take my jacket off. Think I'm feeling good now. I was a little hot. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. Oh, no. I lied. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's some kind of construction or something going on outside of my house. And I'm so sorry if you guys can hear the noise. And also my dog is walking around, so you can hear his keychain. But anyways, let's jump straight into the video. If you guys are new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Today this video is gonna be about some tips and tricks in order to stay organized and get yourself a 4.0 this season, baby, okay? Because that's all we do is 4.0s, if you know what I'm saying. Maybe you could do something a little more, maybe, if you're lucky. 4.1 if you're lucky. So yes, as you guys may or may not know, I am a pre-nursing student, meaning that I'm on the track to become a nurse. You just have to take certain classes before you're accepted into the nursing program and make sure you can basically qualify, which sucks, but this means that I have to get straight A's, like nothing less. I do have 1 B on my transcript, but I'm gonna keep that because the class isn't so important. But yes, you literally have to get straight A's. So in high school, my grades weren't that good, but it took me getting to college and paying some money to get my little grades up. The first tip that I'm gonna tell you in order to get a 4.0, and this is very important, make sure you do this. Like, if at all possible, make sure you do it because it really does work. And for me, it's what keeps me on track, and that is to get great grades in the beginning. Like, this means on the first couple, maybe 3 assignments, you need A's. Especially on the first test, finesse you an A, because that means that it's gonna set your grade up for the whole semester. In the past, I used to do this thing where it's like, okay, I used to kind of float in the first few weeks of school, and that isn't what I will tell you guys to do, because when you kind of just float, let's say you have a test, you don't do so well because you just floating around, you're gonna have to play catch up, and you're not gonna do as great as you want to do, or it's just gonna be stress. It's just gonna be like way more stress on you for no reason. So definitely, if you can get great grades in the beginning, go ahead and do that. It really does work, like guaranteed. Okay, no, I don't guarantee a thing because I'm not God, but the next tip that I'm gonna give you guys is to complete every single assignment. Like, that's very important because zeros bring down your grade tremendously. Obviously, you don't want that if you're watching this video because you care about your grades. So you gotta complete every assignment. That means you're not missing anything. Okay? Okay, thank you. Next. Tip number 3 is to go paperless. If you can. If you're able to go paperless, go ahead and do it. I use my iPad, which is here. I use my iPad to complete like homework that professors may give, or to write my notes, because you have no excuse pretty much. Everything is on your iPad. You have no excuse why something isn't done, why something is missing. It has definitely stepped my game up 110%, and I recommend it for you guys if you can do it. So if you can go paperless, do it. It changed my life for the better. The next thing that I'm gonna recommend for you guys is to time block your schedule. For the people who work, for the people who maybe attend clubs, organizations, you have church on the weekend, this is a schedule pretty much. Like, you know what days you go to work, you know what time your church is. Definitely create a schedule for school as well. The same thing as going to class, the same thing as studying and going to the library. Create a time block to complete your work, and definitely I think that's gonna help you. The next thing is follow your syllabus and know your grading for each class. So for me personally, I follow my syllabus like with assignments. I'm not sure if you guys have the same thing, but in my syllabus, most of them go by weeks. So what that means is like week 1 will have the assignments that's due on that Sunday of week 1. Week 2, the assignments that's due on Sunday of week 2. I literally will go down there and create a timeline of what needs to get done. Let me show you guys an example. So I'm just going to open up my iPad and show you guys an example because I literally use my iPad for everything. And I'm also going to show you guys an example of your grading for each class because that's important too. So if you guys are curious what I use to take notes, I use the Good Notes app and I love it so much. Like so much. These are the assignments that are due on Sunday and this is the class over here. Once I do the assignment, I go ahead and just take a highlighter or something and cross it off so that I know that I've already done it. But pretty much I get my assignments from my syllabus and I make sure that I follow it to a T. Now when it comes to knowing your grading breakdown, that should be in your syllabus as well, but it's super important because, another example for you, it doesn't want to focus. But when I say know your grading breakdown, for me here, I have my math class and my anatomy and physiology class. For my math class, we have 3 exams that are worth 45% of your grade. For my anatomy and physiology, we have 3 lecture exams that are worth 55% of my grade. So with that being said, obviously in each of these classes, my exams weigh a lot and that means that I need to perform the best that I can in those. The next thing that I'm gonna tell you guys is write down each assignment that is due. Kind of similar to what I was just telling you about what I do on my iPad. I write down each of my assignments and I know what's due. And that is really, really super helpful because you get to see it. And yeah, it really does keep you on a schedule and keeps you organized for sure. The next tip that I'm gonna give you guys is to talk to your professor. Definitely talk to your professor, and this one has been a game changer for me as well. I used to be so shy, so talk right, girl. Talk right. Sometimes y'all gotta talk to yourselves because sometimes that's what I have to do. Anyways, I used to be so timid and like scared to talk to my professors. I never did. And you know what? I regret that. I really do, because the thing is, when you talk to your professors, they get to know you and you get to build rapport with them, and you know what? They look out for you. It's the God honest truth. They look out for you. Like, it's crazy. They really do. So definitely talk to your professor. Go to them. If you have open hours, go ahead and go to them on them open hours just for like the silliest questions. Sometimes even just to have a conversation. It really does matter and they will remember you for that. The last and final tip that I'm gonna give you guys is to create goals for yourself and keep God number 1. The reason why I say that is because when you create goals for yourself and you pray and you keep God first in your life, most of the time if you're living it right, He will provide. Like back in the day, I didn't really know nothing about that, and I'm not trying to make this like a controversial video or anything, but the thing is, back in the day I had no relations with God or like with like my spirituality at any point in my life. Like I just didn't have it. And so the thing is, when I realized, like, I started to pray, I started to live my life like the right way, things happen for you. Like my grades have completely turned around. Like I said, in high school I didn't get the best grades, but in college it's like I got my life together, and definitely God was a huge part of that, and my grades couldn't have been the way they are without Him. So for sure, definitely incorporate that into your life. If you're not a spiritual person, no problem. Maybe it don't apply to you, but you know, just saying what worked for me. So yeah, I hope you guys are going to be able to take something from this video and use it. If you guys have any suggestions for me, leave them down in the comment section and I will totally try to use yours as well. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.